Access Radio, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Access Radio, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
I love you without falling flat. More flowers and cards, you got a ton of that. More trips up the coast, maybe with a toast. You see I'm putting in time, really need to vote. Head full of these words, only one to quote. I choose you over the gold, that's an end quote. What I don't say, I attempt to show. On a journey through night, I'm guided by your glow. So best when you check, yes, over no. Ever question how I'm feeling, ain't no letting go. Center of my world, you a living pearl. Say it to the world, like I do to you. When I can't find the words, it be getting tough. You put a hold on the time when I get a touch. Get your mind out the gutter, I don't mean that. On this page I write facts and I know that.
It's been a while since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I made up for all the times I did you wrong. You know I get so busy and you sticking with me is something that I don't wanna forget. Knowing, girl, I'm gonna show you how much I love you, how much I need you. I want you to know that I appreciate you sometimes. I don't know how to say it, girl.
Most of the time I'm too focused on the grind to even let our home problems cross my mind. I knew I should have took a step back from my rhymes, but I thought dollar signs and half naked dimes. That really was vibes, it never was true. I don't even know how I got up off you. I should have stayed home, but I ran into the road. Kept sneaking out, heart being cold. Looking at you now, I finally understand. It took me a while to turn into this man. I knew I had it in me, many nights felt empty. Without you, baby, what would it really be? Another desert storm tearing down every farm. On the nights when it's cold, I'll keep you warm. Word on everything, I put that on me. You'll never feel like you're lonely.
Girl, it's been a while since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I made up for all the times I did you wrong.
Okay.
I get so
We back, we back, we back.
Oh, yeah.
We back.
I don't wanna forget. Knowing, girl, I'm gonna show
Happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday.
how much I need you.
Happy Saturday, happy Saturday. It is between 5 to 7 p.m., so you know what it is. There's nothing else moving in the city except behind enemy lines. I am the gatekeeper. My co-host WIZZ, man, he's somewhere in Dallas, I think, at the the rookie tryouts for like the mascot. You know what I'm saying? We want to wish him luck out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
we don't know what's
man.
going to happen out there. You know what I'm saying? But good luck to him. You know what I mean?
Good luck, Wiz.
So we here on Access Radio, 5 to 7 p.m. Please share the live. Tell a friend. We got a lot going on today, man. Great topics. As you can see, Dominic Smith, a good friend of mine, is in the building today. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the book, but the movie, the short movie. And you heard my man Wiz, he said it's time to line up. So line up, ladies and gentlemen.
Line up.
We're going to talk about the movie dropping in June 2nd. That's what we're going to focus on today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
How you can get your tickets, you know what I'm saying, what to expect, all types of good stuff, as they would say, all types of good stuff.
Yeah.
So if you want to find us, ladies and gentlemen, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Roku, Boxcast, 365 Live, Alexa. I don't know if they got a male version of that Alexa yet. You can find us on Alex. Just say put on our Access Radio and get tuned in right now. So you ain't got no excuse not to be tuned in. And you say, what am I tuned into? Behind the Enemy Lines? Or what is that? Behind the Enemy Lines is a podcast where we talk about relationships from the male's point of view, but we don't exclude the ladies.
Okay.
So ladies, get lined up. We want to hear what y'all got to say. Shout out to Don Cherry. Like I said, it's a live chat because people always ask that, yo, why you ain't never got a girl up there? Why it ain't never like 3-4 people? Because we got the audience. You are you're the third person. All right, you got to lock in. All right, so ladies, watch us have one. We can have all of y'all talk about how y'all feel and what's going on when we talking about these topics, because that's what we got. We got topics. All right, at about 6:15, we got what we call the wild card.
Ooh.
And the wild card is where you could just bring up any topic. We allow y'all to bring it up in the chat room, ladies and gentlemen. If you're too scared, you know what I'm saying, hide, get somebody else a tablet, whatever, different name. Say what you want to say. If you don't want to talk about what we're talking about, bring up your topic. But if you don't got one, we keep one for you.
Yes,
we got one in the chamber for you. You got to
ready.
keep one in the barrel. If they say from the street, keep one in the head. You know what I mean? So after that, we got what we call the pressure check. Now, the pressure check is when we randomly reach out to somebody and we want to hear their view on what we're talking about.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what we want to do. Because maybe I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm wrong about what I'm saying.
Maybe we are.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe they think we in cahoots because we know each other and you just agreeing with me.
Or we
and
just
I can't
two
have
men.
that. You know what I'm saying? So we can't have that. So if you ever want to be a part of the pressure check, you know what I mean? You can BHL Family 52 with me at yahoo.com. And you can say, hey, Gatekeeper, I would like to be in that Rolodex. And we'll talk about the number and get everything situated. We want everybody to be a part of this show, okay? Then that also leads to what we got happening about 6:45 when we got Chucky's Cut. He's not just here, ladies and gentlemen, for his looks. That's our independent artist give back that we do for artists that have music. It don't gotta be hip-hop, ladies and gentlemen.
It don't.
If you saw my live a minute ago, shout out to Dot Vieira, much love to her and Trey Line. If you saw my live a minute ago, I was driving down the block and they had the congos banging, you know what I'm saying, real salsa, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of Puerto Rican, depending on what kind of day it is. I think I got some Spanish in there somewhere.
Some Latino, you gotta cover everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know, I just bring it all the way around. You know what I mean? So we got that happening at 6:45. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not up to me. All right, it's not up to Dom. It's up to you, the people, to get the vote. You're the crowd.live, okay? And you get the vote to keep or kill the artist and the song. And that's what Chucky's here to do. Everybody don't make the cut. You know what I'm saying? There's certain people they gotta say, they got the lingo, they say everybody can't go. You know what I'm saying? So we want the ones that's going, and we also want to turn strangers into friends with that segment. That's what that segment is. To turn strangers into friends. You know what I mean? If I can get you one more fan that you had yesterday, then I've done my job, you know what I mean? Because I know how it feels to be an independent artist, and so do you, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just want to be heard, you know what I mean? Sometimes it ain't all about the money, it's about the message, all right? So that's why we have Chucky's Cut. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to call in, 347-708-0216. 347-708-0216. If you have any questions for Dominic, or if you have any questions about the topics that we're talking about, they feeling some type of way. They might want to know what I'm gonna be talking about, right? So should I just back out? Should I just give them something right now?
You can give them a sample.
Dom, it's very simple. I do, but I don't.
Oh,
come on, ask me what that is. Ask me.
What do that mean, though?
Are we getting married for love, or are women getting married with a strategy, with a plan? I do, but I don't.
Oh, man.
We're gonna have to touch on that. And if we make it to the second topic, because it might get a little spicy, we make it to the second topic.
What up, WIZZ?
Right place, right time, right person, but you don't get picked.
Oh,
you done lost the weight.
Hurts.
You done got the six-pack right. You've been working on your game. You're opening and doors. You're doing the 90-day rule, and
we got the BBL.
Got the BBL. And then when you call You ain't getting nothing. Mr. Telephone Man.
Oh, there's something wrong with my line. Oh,
Oh,
my baby.
but that's after the interview. That's after the interview. We're gonna get there, ladies. We're gonna get there, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to give a couple shout out to the Bronx Tigers. They have an exhibit paint event today. We're gonna shoot there right after. Shout out to all the people that actually supported, to Kaiser, you know what I'm saying, and everything that she got going on. We appreciate y'all a lot. Also, if you got products and you want us to talk about it, you want to be interviewed, all you gotta do is reach out to me, bhlfamily52@yahoo.com, or you can get with the gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying, I got a number, you know, slide in my DM and I give you the business number, right?
Okay.
The business number, right? So we can do business. Now I ain't trying to steal your girl.
Nah.
I'm just saying, if you wasn't the pick, it ain't my fault.
Okay.
It ain't my fault. Now, for you artists that's out there singing and doing all that good stuff, this is what you need right here, okay? This is Voice of Life Tea. Make sure you're going to get some of that, right? Brought to you by my friend, my family member, vocals by Jamel. Make sure you go and check that out and get some of it. Keep the vocals right. Everything right. You know what I'm saying? She got that new song out too, Whiskey Rodeo. Make sure y'all go and check that out. And also on 365 Live, shout out to Jamal Cutler. We appreciate everybody. Please share this live with everybody. It's going to be a dope interview, a lot to talk about. You can still show up to the Sip and Paint as well. It's $85 at the door, and it goes to a good cause. You'll get to meet the people, see what's going on for future events for these young athletes to travel and do a lot of things.
We gotta do that.
Hey, we gotta do it as a community, man. Why not?
Support.
You know what I mean?
Let's support, y'all.
You just back down on a couple eights for a week.
Yeah, that's it.
Couple eights for a week.
Or it might be 2 days of no takeout.
No takeout, yeah, and that's a good thing.
You know,
Al, can I ask you a question? Can we share that information about Jamel's show coming up? Is that secret though, or can we say? All right, well, we'll show you later on. But Vocals by Jamel, I gotta shout out the family and show love. She got a performance coming out. And we're gonna put it up for y'all to see in a minute. But as we get that ready, you know what I'm saying? Dominic Smith is in the building, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gonna get right to it. So for those that don't remember or they missed a couple shows, let's go back and give the people a synopsis of who you are, what you do, what you got going on, from Second Chance. And then we won't say through our lens, because I know you're still rebranding on that, but through our lens, you know what I mean? And I had to touch on that because you're actually behind the lens now. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just
I like that. I like that.
You're really behind the lens with taking this step from going to the book to creating this short film that's dropping June 2nd.
Okay.
Tell us about that.
Well, June 2nd, tickets on Eventbrite. You got the Power for an Hour. That's exactly where you get the tickets from. It's a short film. I took a chapter out the book and just gave an appetizer of what's to come with a longer project. So just want to do something small, give an appetizer, and then, you know, put visuals to a book. Like when you see a book, you got to put visuals to it, you know, to make it into a reality. So, you know, I took my own money, invested in myself, wrote, directed it, and June 2nd we're going to be premiering it. Get tickets on Eventbrite. You got the Power for an Hour. Okay, and tell them a little bit more about how you got to being on Eventbrite. You know, you went through a little struggle, then you wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? Did that thought process come while you was in the struggle, or did it hit you after? Did somebody throw that idea in your head? Give us a little bit. Well, the movie always been in the works. The book was just a way to make money, because I didn't really have capital like that to really just go jump into a film. And you need good credit, exceptional credit score to actually get a large volume of capital to get that. So when I wrote the book, I did great on my first year. And then the second year, as things start to progress, I started to be able to now make a little better moves. And then I started to write the script.
And you know what's crazy? And please, let's know what the book is. Okay. Is this the true success story?
It's the true success story of an underachiever.
Where can people find that?
They can find that on Lulu Publishing. That's LULU Publishing.com.
Now, I haven't talked to a lot of directors. I'm gonna call you a director.
Yeah,
you know because we know about the book.
Yeah.
But this movie thing, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you always had the movie in mind. How? Why? How?
Well, many years ago, I remember the web series, when people were doing web series, Money and Violence. They was popping in the street like fish grease. You know what I'm saying? There was
That's
a
an
lot
old school terminology for young boy, popping in the streets like fish grease.
But there was a lot of other web series. So I did a web series called Different Directions. I put it on YouTube and everything. And then I thought about, why don't I consolidate all those series and just make a
So
film?
hold on. Let's rewind. You had a web series?
Yeah, I had a web series. I did a web series. It's called Different Directions. You know, I took, you know, some young people from Edenwall. First time we got some cameras and we did about 5-6 episodes of it. Not long episodes, but they were short episodes. And that's when the idea started to formulate of saying, hey, make a short film before you just go into something big, especially as a first-time director, because you get experience and you get to learn from your mistakes. So I need to
say
do
that again for the people in the back.
Well, you get experience, and you get to learn from your mistakes of what you need to do the next time up.
And the reason why I said that is because I'm guilty of that. Sometimes I look so far down the road that I sometimes forget the small stones add up. Okay, so like I said, that's why I had to go back and ask you again, like, wow, you had a web series. Okay, so the book was like the third leg in this race.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But to see that rolling stone and how it build up to where you're going June 2nd, you know what I'm saying? I just really had to grasp that for a minute. Shout out to everybody in the comments. We see Shahida in there. She said $85 out the door. WIZZ is in the building. Shout out to Bolo Uno, he's in the building as well. We're gonna play a part of this movie clip right now. Then we're gonna get back into the interview. So, ladies and gentlemen, strap in and let's take a ride. You know what I mean? You're behind enemy lines. Gatekeeper, Dominic Smith.
Let's go.
Let's get some. You got the powerful hour.
Okay.
I'm looking back on things of the past, and I'm just grateful for where I am today. I'm grateful for the few friends that I have today, because most of them, if they're not in prison, they're dead. They're dead and gone through the game. This thing that we call a game, that's more than real. You know, it has our children dying. It has our females out there prostituting. It has the guys out there robbing. Even mothers and fathers abandoning children for this thing that we call the game. What is the game? What is the game? Because it's not a game. It's real serious. It's serious when you have babies that lay in cribs that haven't been changed for hours. You have children that sit up in their houses that haven't eaten in days. Where the parents at? Drugs. The main source of the game. Because without the drugs, there would be no game. But then when you bring it all together, it's life. It's the game of life. So how you gonna play? How do you play the game of life? One day at a time. One day at a time is how you play the game of life.
Now that's a small snippet, but it gave chills, you know what I'm saying, as I viewed parts of that, especially growing up in the late 80s and early 90s. You remember how that work changed your household and the things that you may have been going through. So what was it like, the experience of, you see the camera following you. So a part of this has to be some reality, right?
Oh, it's a lot of reality.
So tell us how it feels to be seeing your reality come to life now in a short film.
It's when I was shooting in my neighborhood, it's like you said, bring the chills, because I remember being out there, destroying my community. So to see it now, gentrified, us as Black people not really owning nothing, realized I made a huge mistake in my endeavors. So my motivation is really to help communities, rebuild communities, help these young people with their traumas. And I wanted to give a snippet of that. That's what I'm planning to do. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna keep moving.
And I commend you on that. And now you have a second chance, and I believe was one of the steps that you first took into making that turnaround. And I think a lot of us don't see it when we're doing it because we're young, ambitious, and we've been lied to. I said that a lot, even in my music. You know what I'm saying? We've been lied to. And when you get to a certain point where you understand the reverse is hard, but I respect the people that are doing it. So now let's go back to that through the lens part, because we know that it's given some of your life. And for you guys that not sure, you can get the book right now. to read and find out if it's going to be worth going to this short film. And I can't wait for the larger film, you know what I mean? Because spoiler alert, I'm in it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm in it a little
cameo in there.
I got a little cameo, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm auditioning for a bigger role in the long one, you know what I mean? So my character switch, don't ask no questions, right? Shout out to Vocals by Jamel. Like I said, we're going to get her flyer up there for an event coming out. We wish you the best. Go get that Whiskey Rodeo out now. It's some Voice of Life tea. So now we're gonna switch it through our lens because now you really are behind the scenes. What are some of the roles that you played in putting this short film together?
Well, I had to create a team. I didn't just do this by myself. I created a team. Some of this came about of me. Really, the engine was a guy named Kevin. Shout
out to Kevin. He was on the show.
Yeah, he was on the show.
Okay.
And I went to the movies by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in there, and then as we was leaving out, the movie was over. Me and him sparked the conversation, and then he said he was into acting and everything like that. And then he was like, "It might be destiny that we meet each other."
True indeed.
So from that we started to progress, and then one thing led to another. He motivated me to get the script written faster, and then my good brother Fahim, he already had the equipment, and then as the team started to formulate, progress started making. Brandon is another big part that really showed me the professionalism to the game, right? Reading lines, getting actors, all that stuff. Like, it's a lot to it. So wardrobes,
so you pretty much had a string in every box, putting it together.
Yeah, I had a learning from the different directions. I kind of had a little feel of that, but to be a professional is a whole nother thing.
Be professional, ladies and gentlemen. It's a whole nother thing. That's what stumps a lot of artists' careers. They don't want to be professional.
Facts.
Okay, do that. As a first-time director, what have you learned about filming that surprised you, and how it's changed your perspective on storytelling?
What surprised me is how artful you have to be. Like, I'm saying? It's not easy. Like, I'm saying? Like, people that's actors are really skillful people. That's it's totally different than, and I have a huge respect now from seeing the actors from the backstory of it, right? From behind the line of seeing what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, I'm trying to push that more. I'm trying to have a New York initiative of Black authors and Black writers collectively make projects from New York, and we start to make a movement with that.
Have you already started the foundational steps to that, or is this something that you're focusing on after the movie?
No, it's something I'm already doing. So right now,
only if you can share. Don't share if it ain't.
No, don't worry. It's not. It's something that's
moving giving
right
it too much now.
We ain't giving too much.
Don't give it too much now.
But I'm meeting with some people now. So we're gonna start creating writing classes in urban communities.
That's gonna be dope.
So it's a lot of talent in the urban community. So,
and I think that'll help a lot of artists as well, because that's one thing that I wish I would have done different in college. And I spoke about this before in many different phases. I was in Marshall University, and my English teacher writing my papers XYZ, and she pulled me to the side. No, I was word to my mother. And if you're from back in the days, when we say word to your mother,
that means serious.
I'm serious. She pulled me to the side and she said, "You should be a writer." And I looked at her and I said, "I'm trying to make the football team. I ain't a writer. I'm just trying to pass your class." But behold, 10 to 20 years later, from rapping to, this podcast thing, all I'm doing is writing. You know what I mean? Like, it came full circle. And actually, I didn't know how much I enjoyed it. There's like 3 to 4 books that I started. Now, I'm a procrastinator sometimes. I will say that. But there's about 3 to 4 books that I've started. And it's been like papers that I wrote for numerous people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's big right there.
I could write a paper like what? I read a couple and it just goes. You know what I mean? So sometimes, like he said, everything was right in place. It was just about accepting the things as they were coming along and then moving the train along. See, Black people, sometimes we get stuck, and we got to start getting unstuck when those pieces are connected and accept with what's happening. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so happy today. Like, just to see the growth.
I appreciate that.
The building process. You know what I mean? Because even how we met, I didn't already know you had, you know what I'm saying, this and that. And certain people would have just said, oh, well, this is happening, but there's nothing happening. You was able to align that with structure and the right team. And I said this before, you gotta have the right team. Like all the people that's been coming on our podcast that have been reaching those heights of success, that's one thing that they kept consistent is the team.
Because you can't do it by yourself. That's what people have to realize. There's going to be something that you're missing, something that you're lacking, something that you're not good in, and assembling that, it helps the process because you don't burn out. And that's just what it is. It's just like, you know, when you watch films and you see the credits of all those people, right? They all had a role in that film. Like everybody was important. Of course, the lead actors and they were important. But those small people from costumes to makeup, all those people were just as important as the lead actor. So that's important. That team is important.
And ladies and gentlemen, I saw a couple of the shoots. These are not 5-minute shoots. you think you're gonna go in there with just 5 minutes in and out? Like no, like I respect everybody
that was on the check-in.
Was working, and seeing them work behind the scenes was a beautiful thing. What are some themes or messages you hope audiences will take away from this short film?
Just how fast your life could be over.
No, you gotta say that again.
I'm just saying,
you gotta say that. You know,
just how fast your life could be over.
What you mean by that? What you mean by that?
Just think about it, right? You can be home. Somebody can call you, say, "Yo, I just had a fight. Yo, come down, swing through." You go, and then somebody get killed.
Yeah.
Right. So now you might be accessory murder. You might did the murder, right? Or you might even get yourself murdered.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just that split of a second. And you know what I teach the kids is not dealing with emotions, because emotions.
That's hard though. That's hard.
It is, but at the same time, you have to practice. It's just like meditation. Like you don't get it at first, right? But over course of the time, you start to see and feel the difference when you meditate compared to not. And you got to believe in it. If we ain't believing in what we're doing, then it's not going to work.
You got to believe in it or it's not going to work.
Nah, it's not. So
that's a dope message. Like,
but really that's the reality set.
And I like that you said that you got to believe in it, because I feel a lot of people fall short on that part. Like even when we talk biblically, like a lot of people pray, but do you believe in what you're praying? A lot of people speak power, but do you really believe in the power that you're speaking? A lot of people speak change, but do you believe in the change that you need to make? So that's really dope. Now, why this short film? I want to ask, why did you? Because there's a lot of different chapters in this book that I felt was impactful. Why did you choose Power for an Hour? And when you was watching these actors, you know, kind of live your life in a moment, what did that do for you?
Well, it brought back a lot of memories, definitely a lot of memories. But it's also, I want to show the young people something, right? Because it's the time to show them. Like a lot of people glorify the drug game, they glorify the streets, and there's nothing but bad stuff out of it. Like everybody talk about the wins, nobody talk about the losses, right? We don't talk about friends we lost and everything like that. You know, when I was in prison, I did time, I had to come see my pops on his sick bed. Like I don't think nobody really think about that going in. Like you just,
shout out to Bolo Uno. He said, real spill, don't forget that thought. He said, I agree, it's hard, but yes, have faith. But finish your story.
So, you know, you going to jail, you might not see your moms, your father, your grandmoms. They might not be here when you get out.
You know, and since you said that, can I dig a little deeper? You know what I'm saying? It's behind enemy lines. I like, what was the thought process seeing your father? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know you're only going to be there for a moment, because usually when you're coming down to see a parent and you're in prison, it's not for a good reason. So what did that do to you?
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth.
That's what we want.
I didn't know that was going to be the last time.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I was coming down and, you know, shackles, and I'm walking down the halls and shackles, and they took the shackles off outside the door. And my pops was like, I knew that was you. Sound like a slave coming down the hall, right? My pops, he had a weird sense of humor. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we had the conversation, and as time was up, I said, yo, I'll see you later. But being 21, right? Not realizing, hey, this is it. Like, this is the last moment. Like, And so doing that, I wanted to put that out there, share that pain, share that experience with kids, and hope that somebody say, no, I'm not gonna get in the car like homeboy from Boys in the Hood. You know what I'm saying?
We always make fun of him, but that he's the only one that really lived at the end of that story.
Well, to take it deeper, right? Those are the guys that got the house and the good jobs now.
Yeah, and the good credit, what we talked about.
The credit.
Get the credit. You're going to need the credit. So, brought back a lot of memories, brought back a lot of chills, but I know it gave you a feel of success too, right?
I didn't really feel the success until late, right? Because I was still dealing with the pain and trauma. It's not until I started to get therapy that I really started to heal, right? Because I would get awards and, working and things like that. And it didn't really mean nothing because the person that really taught me, shout out to Mama Love. Mama Love taught me too, so I won't make it seem like it's just my father.
And Joanna said, tomorrow's never promised. You right about that.
He wasn't there to see it. So it's like you're not really
giving them flowers.
Yeah. So it took me a while to really start to process that healing thing. And you know what I'm saying? And then after that, I started to say, all right, it's time to live.
Shout out to Joanna again. She said, things change in the blink of an eye, or you can all be taken away. That's just a lot of times when we speak to the youth now, it's hard. And she said, in a split second, you're right. There was a scenario that happened yesterday in my living development, right? And I was walking my daughter to the car because we was gonna go to practice. Shout out to Trey Line. You can read that too. Shout out to Trey Line. You know what I mean? Trey Line family in the building. And just walking in the environment, you knew that it was a heated situation. And to watch these young children move, because they're young adults, but they don't care about the environment at all. You know what I mean?
Give the flowers while alive.
Yes, that's real. And I had to approach the situation because I knew the guys, but I don't know them. But I wanted to say what's up just to get a feel of what was happening because I knew my daughter was going to be walking through that in the minute.
Talika, what up?
What's up, Talika? And as I was walking her through it, I was trying to let her know, like, you see why I asked you to take off your hoodie? Because see, all of them is wearing hoodies. They don't know who's who. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a mask on. You shouldn't feel like that, and you're just walking by through the environment. And of course, something negative happened later on, but you have to keep calling home to check because now you got your other kids that might be walking in the environment. When is enough for these kids? You know what I mean?
I don't think it's going to take a lot to rebuild our community. Like, one of the things, I just was having a conversation with brothers, like, it almost seemed like Black people's being replaced, right?
Wow.
So, especially here in New York, right? You barely engage.
You ain't right. People. You ain't right, man. You stepping all on my wild card right now.
Well, all right.
I'm gonna let you finish. But you ain't right. Go ahead, man.
But I'm just gonna say, it's gonna take a lot to rebuild. It's so much damage that been. You look at from the dope, the crack, the pills, and then weed is the new crack. I'm telling y'all, weed is the new crack. I'm sorry.
And y'all lining up every day more and more for it, man. Y'all got to start using them ears, man. Like it's just crazy. Joanna said facts. Let's get back to your movie field now, because like I said, you're a director now. You know what I mean? You're a writer. You're a director. Did you actually pop in the movie at all?
No, I didn't pop in the movie.
I mean, the reason I asked that because I was at the gym today and I was watching, I think, a reboot of like Terminator, and then they had the
Schwarzenegger.
Not Schwarzenegger, the mom, Sarah
Connor.
Yeah, Sarah Connor, and the girl was getting chased by a Terminator. I don't know. It made me want to watch the movie because now I saw the mom in it. So I don't know if this is so that's why I asked. Did you do a cameo?
It because it's not about me. It's about the young people that's really.
Say that for the people in the back. Man.
It's not about me. I think like as you get older, you want to be a part of what's going on, right? Even though I'm creating this, I'm giving other people opportunity, right? And I realize, like, let people have their moment. I'm comfortable with I'm comfortable with who I am and where I'm at in life. It's not about me, like, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is to make sure people get ahead, and I'm helping whoever I can help.
Ladies, if you don't know, he's from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? This story took place in Harlem. You know what I mean?
Trey, what up?
It's a true story. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? If you got questions, 347-708-0216, or you can either type it in the chat, and we'll ask these questions now. Anything you want to know. Shout out to everybody from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing major things. Shout out to New York, period. We're doing great things. You know what I'm saying? Bronx, you know we in the building. You know what I'm saying? But my daddy from Harlem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
132nd. You know what I'm saying? So we right around the corner. You know what I'm saying?
It was family love.
It wasn't my mistake. This was written. You know what I mean? So, can you talk about the most significant challenge you encountered while making this short film and how you overcame it?
Well, the most challenging was I didn't really want to put all my money up. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I won't put all my money up, but I put my bread up, and I was nervous, right? Let's be honest, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a gamble, and it's like, yo,
shake them up.
You're hoping people support, which is a scary thing because people smile, they laugh, they act like they sincere, but when the time comes to support, they don't support, right? So once the project was done, I came up with another plan just in case people don't support. You know what I'm saying? And that's in the works right now.
Because
like,
they're not gonna support. I don't know what's wrong with our people. Like, it's, you know, and that's crazy because this goes all the way back to what they said when, you know, you get more love coming home from jail than you do coming from college. Like, that's kind of in the same lane. Like, go ahead, finish your story.
That's my thing. And Eden Wall, I used to be the Eden Wall director for 4 years. What up, Eden Wall?
You know what I'm saying? We the shoe. You know how we move.
I started a campaign of going away, right? It wasn't going away to jail. It was kids going to college, like getting them sheets and lotion and all those things that they would need, because it's crazy that we glorify the kid. People coming home could get everything, right? But a kid going to college,
getting nothing but debt.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? And then half the time just making the grades to even get accepted. You know what I mean? Like it starts so young, you know what I mean? And that's why I asked that. So we got to get back, like you said, support. You know what I mean? Why is it so hard for us to support each other?
I think it's trauma. I think a lot of it's trauma. I think a lot of it's jealousy, a lot of insecurity amongst ourselves, and then we put that on somebody else. It's just like you might say, hey, this is what I'm about to do, right? And somebody like, oh, that ain't gonna work because it ain't work for such and such, right? It might then work for that person, but doesn't mean it's not gonna work for me.
Yeah.
So you're putting your insecurities on me. And that's what we do a lot, is that we put our insecurity on other people, and we be mad when that person succeed at what they said they was gonna do.
You know, I said I wasn't gonna do this, but ladies and gentlemen, you gotta make sure you go and come out when?
June 2nd.
Where at?
It's gonna be on 76 in York. Tickets on Eventbrite. You got the Powerful Hour. You know the vibe, man.
And I said I wasn't gonna do this, but I had to. You know what I'm saying? Because we friends, so we talk, right? And this one thing that you spoke about that stuck with me, you know what I'm saying, that I thought you was gonna bring up when I said what would be like a significant thing that you encountered. And the thing that I felt was significant is when you were shooting in Harlem on a block you used to live on a block that you fought for, on a block that you caught drama with, caught hell with, you know what I'm saying? And you had the actors in front of a specific spot, right? I'll let you tell the story.
Man.
And please tell us what happened. I felt that was significant, and just hearing how that.
Well, Harlem is gentrified now. It's gentrified. And we were shooting on a Pacific location on my block, and a guy came out, gentleman, and he said, yo, y'all can't shoot here. And I was I was flabbergasted. I been out here going to war over this block and all type of spilling blood on this block, and here it is somebody saying I can't be in front of his residence. And it broke my heart, but I had to tell him go back in the building. Man. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I had to tell him go back in the building. He came out and apologized later on, because I had to explain to him, like, it's significance of people being. It's just like if you're Indian and and this is America, like people then died for this right here, right? So what I'm doing is documenting my history and my people time here.
That's like, one thing they kind of want us to forget, though.
Well, yeah, they want us to forget it, but I think that this is why I moved to the young people, That's why I work with kids. Like older people, if you're gonna do what you're gonna do, it's either you're gonna do the right thing or you're not. With younger people, they're confused, they're walking the line, and they need a little directions, a little help.
And that's why we say line up here on Behind the Enemy Lines. So we gotta get them right. You know what I mean? Like for me, that story was significant because I feel like that's happening in every area, every project, you know what I'm saying? Every living development. You know, if you're not keeping an eye on what's going on and you're not aware, you know, when you come back 10 years to visit, you might not be able to walk through. And it might not be for the reasons that you thought when you was growing up.
And the projects is not going to be the projects because the projects is moving to be privatized now. So you better check at the neighborhoods you live in and look at how many developments and projects are really being bought by private developers now and what the plan is.
So you want to give a quick shout out to some of the actors that was in it?
Yeah, Karen, you know, Sharon Fonte, she moved to Bali. Brandon, Opinion,
shout out to Muta Alameen in the building.
A lot of people, man.
He said weed might be the new crack.
Yeah, it's about the youth.
It's about the youth. Looking forward to the movie.
Most definitely.
Your biggest supporter is a stranger.
That's
when
true.
When your own doubt. That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah, you
and
ain't lying
actually,
about that.
that's why we kind of came up with that slogan. You know what I mean? When we talk about, you know, Chucky's Cut, turning strangers into family. You know what I mean? Because that's what opened the doors for me to be on Our Access Radio and to have Behind the Enemy Lines and create other podcasts. So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we got some topics we're about to get into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I do, but I don't. That's coming up. That's coming up. You know what I'm saying?
About that.
I do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Do women or even guys, you know what I'm saying? Are y'all getting married with a plan, with a strategy? I don't know.
Respect, Jay.
Then we got right place, right time, right person, and you still don't get picked. You know what I mean?
Man,
man, you know what you gotta do. I gave you 90 days. you said I'll be back. 90 days.
I'll be back.
So if you want to call in 347-708-0216, like we said, about 6:15, we got the wild card where you can put up your own topic in the chat, or you can, you know what I'm saying, let us have our own wild card. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. 6:30, we got the pressure check. We're gonna be calling some numbers, you know what I mean, to get some other people's views. So y'all share this right now. 6:45, we got Chucky's Cut, and we got a real good song coming up, Sinatra 7, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be dope, you know what I'm saying? I know it is because WIZZ sent it in, so it's gonna be dope.
Okay.
WIZZ, I hope you're making you know what I'm saying, the competition out there, you know, he's trying to be the mascot, you know what I mean, for the star. I think he's just gonna be just the star.
Just the star.
He's gonna be just the star for Dallas. You know what I'm saying? He's out his mascot, you know what I'm saying? Tryout. Shout out to all the tourists. It's still tourist season, man. Happy birthday to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Make it do what it do. But Dominic Smith, we got the book. Tell them the name of the book.
Name of the book is True Success Story of an Underachiever.
We got the short film coming out when?
You got the Powerful Hour, June 2nd. Tickets on Eventbrite.
Listen, man, if they can't get Eventbrite, man, what's your business number, man? You got the
Well, you can
number.
always inbox me on the gram, DChorus13. Facebook is Music My Life, DChorus. Or you can just hit iAccess Family. That's how
Gatekeeper
you do it.
718. You can do that. Yo, when am I coming on, Big Dog? Soon. We gonna get things going. It's tourist season. I was trying to get you down here for the yo. That's my guy, man. Like he's a power trainer too. You know what I mean? So man. I wanted to bring him on just to talk about, you know what I'm saying, weightlifting and things. Yeah, you know, because you know how we do. He been trying to come to the sweat box. You gotta bring him down. I got you, Vadeed. I ain't forget you. I mean, you know, so many people be hitting us, you know what I'm saying? But they forget we every week, you know what I mean? So we got to work on that. But we going to get everybody that I said we're going to get on because they all bring something to the table. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, continue to like, share, call in if you want to talk to, you know what I'm saying, me, or you want to talk to Smith, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to get the number for y'all too. You got a business number y'all can call now.
Yeah, we do.
Voice to Life T. And we're going to go right in with this first topic. Like I said, Instagram. What's your Instagram again?
DChorus13.
DChorus13.
Music is My Life.
Music
DChorus.
is My Life.
On Facebook.
On Facebook. And we're going to share all that later on. So make sure y'all getting it. And if you can't find him, you can find me. Gatekeeper 718. All right. We support. All right. That's what we do. We in there. That's right. Shout out to Cannibal Blaze, my brother. Much love, man. We're making it do what it do. So the first topic, you know what I'm saying? I do, but I don't. Women do you marry with a plan? Like all this time I've been lied to. I've been bamboozled. I've been hoodwinked. Al, they tricked me, Al. I thought we was the great white in the sea. I thought all my life I've been told that we was the hunters. We was out there hunting. We go get the girl, we hunt, we bring back the food.
Nah, man.
But now I'm realizing that we've been getting fooled by the chum. We've been eating the chum. They've been setting us up.
Yeah.
And you asked me how did I got here? You know what I'm saying? You heard about what's going on with Shaq and his wife.
Yeah.
Please tell us. Tell us.
She said she never loved him.
She never loved. I thought we married for love.
Nah, it was the money.
The money.
The money.
The money. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all can put in the chat right now. If you're married, tell us the truth. Did you marry for love? It wasn't for something else.
And ladies, call in.
Call in. Let us know. Don't hide. Don't
man.
hide. And men, if you out there looking, or if you got married, did you get married for love? And then when it fell apart, you was out there like Eddie Murphy. She got half.
Half?
Yo, half. So tell us what you heard about Shaq and his wife, man.
Well, she said, she's on a book press tour, and she said, that's the thing. People are saying things now to go viral, and she said she never loved Shaq. So I guess it was a money grab.
So do you really think it's a money grab, or do you think that she's saying that hoping? She said, Sonora never loved Shaq. What is that true? So if we not marrying for love, what are we doing? And then listen, I read this, man. Listen, according to Quora users, 95% of women marry for reasons. 95% of women, I had to read it again. 95% of women marry for reasons other than love, such as for something like 91% of women marry for love, money. All right, 73% married just because they don't want to be alone. 40%, you know what I'm saying, of adults is for finances. So all this time, I thought she got with me because she loved me.
Nah, she said no love here.
No love here.
No love here.
Huh? Wasn't no love.
Nah, they got to listen. Entertainers, celebrities, it's hard for them to really get love, right? This is why, because it's just. Joanna said it. Money and stability.
I thought you loved me, Joanna. Nah. You looked me in my eyes and said, I love you. Marry me.
Nah.
Meet me at the tub with your white dress.
It's a business move. It's a business move, B.
But when you first get in the game, keep it 100. Can we keep it 100? Can we keep 100? This is what we do behind the enemy lines. We talk about relationship in the male point of view.
No love is tough.
No love is tough. What do you mean by that, Taliga? No, listen. I thought you loved me, man. I went and caught that ring thinking that you love me. And you did it because of stability.
It's stability.
Listen, I heard a story, right? I don't know if it's true or not, right? And like I said, are women just ahead of the game when they looking at you
Sorry, I'm not married.
Sorry,
Miss Cruz, what that mean? Sorry, I'm not married.
Why you sorry? You don't gotta be sorry. I just want to know. But if you was looking to get married, see, I thought you was looking at the abs. I thought you was checking out the calf. I knew you was watching the waves, but now I'm finding out you was watching the wallet. You know what I'm saying?
Wallet.
Seeing that, like, boom.
She said 100.
100.
Money, stability.
Money, 100.
100.
You just want me. And then I wonder why everything else is falling apart.
But you got to look at it, right? Just imagine you get with somebody and they could change your whole life.
Right.
When, it's a business move. Like the brother said, it's a business move.
Y'all lied to me, man.
Yeah.
Y'all had me listening to, you know what I'm saying, the old two-step dances and thinking that you was committed to me because of love.
But it was a different time. It's a different time.
Y'all done switched up the watch on me? What happened? It's a different time.
It's back then it was more of a unity thing, right? The community was better. The community wasn't tampered. Once they was able to tamper our community, the morals and the values changed. So, if the morals and values change, then what is a relationship?
So when people was telling about people, having weddings back in the days and you traded your daughter for 3 donkeys, you know what I'm saying? It was a problem. So in America, they just put a nice word around it, you know what I'm saying, to make it seem like it was about love and compatibility and friendship. and growing old together when the whole time you were sizing me up. So if she didn't love Shaq or you didn't love me, you know what I'm saying? Because let's flip it around to the average Joe. Because a lot of times, and you know what? Damn, man, you're right. Because they used to chase the dope boys for the cars, the change, the whips, the life, right? Mm-hmm. And then now that you're 75, if this is a comment, go ahead and read it.
I said,
who said it?
Talika said, "Ain't no love in this generation. The ladies are quiet. Yeah, Wiz, they quiet."
Talika, why there's no love in this generation? Because your generation is the generation that we're trying to get back on track. When did the love go completely awry? You know what I'm saying? And I want to have some fun with this, right? So let's have some fun with this. If we get on a strategic plan, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't plan to get married, you know what I'm saying? I fell in love.
Why you marry or what's the,
Yeah, I'm married, you know what I'm saying? I got the bling bling, you know what I'm saying? Unless you want me to get unmarried.
My man Isaiah said marriage is an idea, love and marriage have no correlation.
Wow, you got to break that down. I never heard that. What you think about that? What you think about that, Dom?
That's
how can love and marriage not have no correlation when literally the song said love and marriage, love and marriage. That's what I grew up on.
Ain't no love with this generation. Money is the key to a keeper, someone told me.
How is that possible? Is this where we going?
It's about love for me. Tyra.
Thank you, vocals by Jamel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's a different generation, different era.
But how can we get back to, if we can't have love, right? Because can money make you love?
For some
maybe people, I should ask that.
Yeah, for some people.
Wow. You can't just say them. Some people. See, he holding back on us. Like,
I'm just saying.
What do you mean?
When you look at it, right? The ball players. I keep going back to the ball players because they always getting somebody pregnant quick, right?
Well, that's the young ones. Y'all need to wrap it up. You don't have to do this, man. You don't have to shoot up the club all the time.
The young ones turn to the old ones. So if you look at most ball players, a lot of them ain't married.
What's rare to have love? Like, love used to be a foundational part of a relationship. You know what I mean? And when I say love, I don't mean puppy love. You know what I'm saying? To where everything you do is cute and you get the googly eyes, but love used to be a nice foundational cinder block, unless I'm wrong.
But I think the word love have been redefined.
To what?
To money.
No, I don't. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Is love being redefined as money?
Talik said, no, the love, butterflies, etc. drop after my generation. See, I'm trying to say, like, the love has been replaced. We still got the love.
So how y'all having babies and getting in relationships?
She said the benefits. Love is the benefits now.
Love is not a benefit. EBT is a benefit. I don't get none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
money don't make you love, because what happened when the money is gone? Do your marriage go too?
See, and that's where I want to get to, because see, that's the game plan that's been getting ran on us. A lot of us think that our relationships have just been falling apart, where the woman and some of the smarter partners already had a game plan. Like, they knew after a certain amount of years, they can get half no matter what.
Well, you look at most celebrities, once the money go, do they get divorced?
Yeah.
So what was they in there for love, or was they in there for the stability?
Well, I think the guy that's getting ripped off, or even the girl that's getting ripped off, right? I think they really started out as love. You know what I'm saying? I think they really still are holding on. So when you know that you're entitled to a percentage no matter what, then I think that changes the game. That's why I always say prenup. When they say throw it around, when they say easy, throw it around. I mean, what you mean by easy, throw it around? Yeah. Okay. I was lost. By that. Okay, but no, don't be just throwing the money around, because at the end of the day,
Vocal by Jamel said, real genuine love is definitely rare. And I agree with you on that. Like, real love is definitely rare. Like,
but I believe that's a driving force, you know what I'm saying, to keep a positive relationship. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have your ups and downs. There are no ups and downs. But when you saying I do, you know what I'm saying? And really, like I said, we make fun of these other countries. They're like, oh, you marrying these kids off, and you get in the house, or you get in the castle, you're getting this, you're getting grain, you're getting this, because that's still happening. Even though it's 2024, in other places, that's still happening. Am I correct?
Yeah,
that's still happening, right? So you come to America, because it was even one time people was coming in just for the green card. You know that, right?
Yeah, they was married for
all right, I just want to make
green card in the bag.
You get in the bag.
That's still going on now. No,
it's
still going on.
That's still going on.
It's still going on.
Get out of here.
Yes, it is.
You lying?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God! I thought that run was over.
I know a couple of people. Like,
yeah. Oh my God, it's still happening. But when you say I do, you know what I'm saying? Could you really be up there and say, let's flip it like this, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna ask you the question. I'm gonna ask Dom the question. You know what I'm saying? You're acting. I'm going to active mode on
Don't
you,
worry
right?
about it.
I want the real.
Okay.
Could you say I do just for the bag with no love involved?
Yes.
Oh my God. I could too. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just saying.
I could
Yes.
too. I could too. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
I want y'all to put it in the chat. Would you say I do, or would you do the right thing and look for love? So what Steve Harvey and them said was lying to me. You got that one down?
Yeah, I'm not married, but I feel that a lot of people that are married or engaged aren't really in love because 9 out of 10 times, no one is really doing 50-50. Some people know what they want out of a person and gonna get it and leave.
So that leads to what I'm saying. Let y'all go in with a game plan. Like this is why my daddy wasn't in my life to tell me to go in with a game plan. What did you get the game plan message?
I ain't get the game plan.
Fellas, did any of the fellas get the game plan? Al, did we get a playbook and nobody passed it out to us? No, we ain't get no playbook.
Nothing.
So the girl's been ahead of the game this whole time. You think they sizing you up because you looking sexy and you got a couple of muscles. They sizing you up to make sure you can be stability, finances, and I forgot what was the other one. So if we was, and I want y'all to tell me, I found 10 things in something I was reading, right? And I want y'all to tell me, these are 10 reasons why people stay in marriages, you know what I'm saying, and ain't got nothing to do with love. Do y'all disagree?
Wow, what's
and
that?
would y'all do them? And the first one was, households are difficult to manage with only one person. Are you staying in your marriage just for your household to be ran right? Would you do that?
No, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that?
I don't think so.
That was number one on their list, people. I don't know.
Well, men and women got two different objectives.
Mhm.
Men get with women for legacy.
Say that again. I don't think the people in the back heard that.
Men get with women for legacy.
And legacy is what?
You know, you have an offspring.
Offspring, yes.
That's what it's really for. And the game changed.
Y'all can't just be changing the game mid-third quarter, though. Some are for kids. Yo, kids are on the Joanna, that is on the list. Kids are on the list. Actually, that's number two. Number two was children are difficult to raise alone. That was number two.
My man Isaiah said men are more comfortable being uncomfortable. Women aren't. That's why they are more likely to get a divorce.
Wow, let's dig into that. How you feel about that?
That's true to a certain. Yeah, that's true. I agree. I agree with that 98% because divorce, most women.
It's most of the women that are leaving the divorce.
They initiate the divorce.
They initiate the divorce.
And I had a conversation the other day at my job, and I said men love more than women.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
So
saying.
I should have been taught to put the love. I should have been taught to put the love
emotion more than women.
Further down the list. I opened up with that.
Yeah, because we want the family. Not to say women don't want family, but this is most of the time what we strive to do. Like when you get money, you want a family. You want to leave something behind. You want kids. That's what you want to do.
Shout out to Bolo Uno. You know what I'm saying? My label mate. He said men do this too. See, and I agree. I know this is not. I say to women because women kind of were quote unquote more advanced than us. You know what I mean? So a lot of things they kind of started early in that thinking process. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't start thinking about balancing a relationship or what a woman can give to me besides legacy and love until maybe I was in my mid-30s. I was already 2 kids in about that point. You know what I mean?
So he just said that's not true. It's hard to raise kids with 2 people.
Why would you say that? If you have a mother and a father in the picture, you know what I'm saying? I believe that's easier if both of the parents get on the same page. I feel there's friction when there's not cohesiveness and what's going on. And that is part of trauma, because we talked about that before, because this trauma coming from both of those households that you're coming from, and being open to seeing that, you know what, my way isn't working, because the ego kicks in too.
Brother Guy said marriage is beyond love. If you are committed to marriage and a relationship, love will be the bonus. Ooh,
but I never knew that. But how many of us knew that in the beginning? You know what I'm saying? How many knew that in your 20s and your 30s? You knew that in your 20s and 30s?
Nah.
If you're on the chat and you knew that before your 20s and 30s, I want you to put in the chat what age that you knew that love was a bonus. You know what I mean? Because I thought it was in reverse. You know what I'm saying? If you loved me and I loved you, that united us. And then everything else that we brought onto the pyramid was a bonus.
It should have been.
You know, but is that backwards? Do I have that wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I don't think what anybody says wrong because that's just how they feel. Now, what the outcome might be is something totally different.
Something totally different. I don't have kids, but I do believe that it's more harder to raise a child on your own. The same way it took two to make a baby, it should take two to raise a child. I agree, you know what I mean? And I really mean being there, you know what I mean? But once again, when you say I do, let's not forget what we started with, ladies and gentlemen. You was at the altar and you said I do, you know what I mean? But you really didn't, because the I do that we all thought was the love and y'all happy and no, y'all had a game. You had a game plan, you know what I mean? And some people, like I said, there was a story that I heard, right? Whether it's true or not, this one vulture was eyeing her, pray, got him, you know what I'm saying? Got him. So had him, knew that you only wanted him for this amount of time, and then they said, "Yo, I'll see you later." And the other person's like, "I love you. What happened? I think I'm doing right. What happened?" Like, nah, baby, I had a plan, and my plan, I worked it to the T. And we see this in a lot of movies where people, when you thought it was a comedy, you thought it was a joke, but really, it was a way of people doing what they do. You got that one down?
Yeah, brother, I smoking. He said, "True love is the ability to learn and grow with each other, to be able to have the patience to fight through the pain and trauma that installed in your partner."
I agree. And I thought that was the nucleus of when you said I do, you know what I'm saying? Rich or poor, you know what I'm saying? Sicker, well, how's it go? Rich or poor, sicker, worse, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now when they jump and shit, they like, when you said poor, I knew I was out the door.
Yeah, gotta change it around.
Most times there's a battle between the kid and the parents. How do you feel about that, Don?
Well, I'm gonna say this, right? There should be no battle between the kids and the parents because both partners should be on the same page against the kids.
Thank you.
That's what it is.
And I didn't tell them that, ladies and gentlemen, but that's this. I want to say that.
The reality is, we had a union before kid came.
Before them, it's team us. It's team us.
That's why I think the men start to feel a little slighted.
Yes.
It could be the woman feel slighted too, because if a man have a daughter, he's daughter's baby. If a woman, it's vice versa. I think they fall out of love because the kids is the wedge.
It's the wedge. Yeah, I believe that.
And they forget the union that they had to bring them to this matrimony or even having a kid.
It should never be them against just one of you when it's two of y'all in a committed situation.
And the kids,
and I even learned something new that I'm working on, Don. Because I used to do peace like this, but now I'm starting to do peace like this. I heard the indigenous people, they really did their pieces like this because it meant they was close together. So if you're gonna be close together like this, you know what I'm saying? Nothing is supposed to break that union. You know what I mean? But egos, when I look at us as black people, and I'm speaking about the black, the brown, Spanish, New York as one, you know what I'm saying? New York as a whole is its own entity in itself, and it empowers both the male and female differently, you know what I mean, to fight against one another. True. Instead of coming together. When are we going to get it? How many times do we have to go through the same cycle of being together 30 years and then you turn 60 and you out there free? You understand? Or 65, and you're like, I can't wait to get away from this chick. You know what I mean? Because y'all became enemies, you know what I'm saying, instead of partners.
I think it's about growing together and being able to identify and help your partner when they're struggling. Mm-hmm. Right?
And you got to let that ego go. Ego
plays a big part.
Exactly. And ego it's not even a real thing. When you a team, like really, when you a team, but outside of sports, you know what I'm saying? You see all the sports paraphernalia up here. That's just because me and WIZZ are on two separate sides of the fence when it comes to sports. But we're on the same side when it comes to relationships and bringing people together. If you can get rid of that ego, it's not a real thing. When you a relationship, we both win together. We both lose together. It's not a separate thing, really.
No, it's not.
You got that one down?
Yeah. I understand why it's easy to raise a child on your own, because that's a lot of kids rely on one parent knowing they can always go to both parents.
Yeah, and that's why I put extra strain on you yourself when you can't. Shout out to Jose Rivera is in the building. Extremity trees all the way from Miami. Damn, a lot of people getting palm trees on this app. Man, they getting palm trees on this app. You know, why put yourself? There's some relationships that are so toxic that can't be fixed. So be it. Then you go through the proper channels. Then you go through your child support. And I always tell my fellas, go through the right channels, especially if you got a baby mother that want to argue and fight X, Y, Z. Go through the right channels so you don't got to do that. So you're not an absentee father. I am a product of an absentee father. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about my stepfather, but I'm a product of an absentee father. There's a difference between having your pops and then having a feeling. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
you got to do your part. You know what I mean? And a lot of us get caught up in our egos. F that chick, F that. Your kid picks that up from you guys. You know what I mean? So you can't be out at war. The ego, edge God out. Yeah, somebody did say that recently. That's what ego means. When you're edging God out and you edge, it is like tearing you up. It's tearing you up. Let it go. Let the ego go and say, you know what? It's okay to say I'm wrong. That doesn't mean that makes you less of a person. You understand what I'm saying?
I think it's going back to the trauma. Whatever people experience, they bring it to the relationship. They bring it to the relationship. Truthfully, I think if you marry, you should do counseling every 3-4 years.
And you know what? And I would take it a step further. I think you should do counseling going into marriage. I think they were supposed to already do that, but not just some old fling where you do it for 2 weeks and then it's over. No, do it going in. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Behind the Enemy Lines. You can call in 347-708-0216. We got the wild card happening at about 6:15. And this is the topic that we're talking about. I do, but I don't. Yeah. Getting married with a plan. You know what I mean? I didn't have a plan when I got married. My only plan was to try to last forever.
That's a good plan.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, if she rich, I'm going to steal her money, or if I get some money, if I lose money, she's going to I wasn't thinking about all those different variables. You know what I mean? That now when I hear people talk about, I'm like, wow, these are real things that's happening. Number 3 on the list was life is cheaper when you share it with someone. Are you staying married because it's cheaper? You don't want to pay the full price for the full chicken wings and fried rice no more. You got to go half
and half, half on the rent, half on the Con Ed, I think a lot of people are in that, man.
You know, we talked about this on the previous show, and that was super higher on the list. You know what I mean? But could you really, you saw a girl's bank account and you knew you was gonna be good, and then you just pop up with a ring? Is that what we doing?
Well, you got
the crazy thing about that is, let's take New York City for instance, right? You have a 1-bedroom apartment that's going to cost you $2,000 a month. Mm-hmm. Okay, facts. You're just getting your life together, and you don't want to be in your parents' house, and you want to find a way to be truly independent, facts. And you can't because things are just not affordable. So people have a mindset that, if I get with somebody, we could share in the rent, then that's cool. But again, the sad part about that is you don't really know this person. You all didn't take the time out to get to become friends. You all didn't spend no real time together. You didn't see what that person's heart is. Matter of fact, you didn't even look at this person's background. What damage is that person bringing to the relationship?
Facts.
Again, all of this stuff is important, and we want things so quick. We live in this microwave society that we want everything now, and nobody want to wait on God or wait for the situation to come into play so that they can do it correctly. You know what I mean? So again, that's why you're dealing with I do, but I don't, getting married with a plan, because now everybody feels like, if you got a plan, you can get everything now and you don't have to wait.
Yeah. And I feel like that is a
great point.
A crash waiting to happen. So when you see all these divorce rates happening, you're getting a more of a clear idea of what's happening, because you're going in with a game plan.
But so he would say it's not cheaper, it's more expensive.
Not if you paying your half.
Monte de God says cheaper to keep her.
Hey, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you got to pay the bonus, man, to have a mental freedom. You know what I mean?
It's a comparison world.
Compromising?
Compromising. Johanna said divine timing.
Mm-hmm.
Negative is not cheaper, especially when inflation is going to make you realize that one way or another.
Yo, Listen, Talik is on the ground saying,
marriage does not mean 50-50. It only works when both parties bring 100% of themselves to the table. And that's true, guy.
Absolutely.
And that's what I was saying. There's no, I don't want nobody going 50-50. You got to be 100.
I was lied to. That's
like,
another lie that's another lie that I heard as a kid, that you're supposed to be 50-50. And then come to find out, now in my 40s, I'm hearing that, no, it's supposed to be 100.
Right. So you know what the problem with 50-50 is, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other 50% is going elsewhere.
You're going to homeboy. You're going to the other,
and
going to the side piece.
That's what nobody's saying. But going back to the divorce, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are getting divorced, but they're taking the resources with them.
Yeah.
So it's not like you just separating from that person and that's it.
Take it and see, and that's why I didn't like.
I still gotta pay. I still gotta pay you.
And I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know that. Somebody told me. I don't know how true it is. I was trying to find out, but I didn't find what I was looking for. But even after a certain amount of years, like even if you're not legally married, that person could still get your stuff.
Yeah, both about it.
Yeah,
Jamel said 100,
common
100.
law is 7 years.
7 years. That's why I heard 7 years. They can still get. You still gotta take care of them, and you ain't even say I do.
So that gives another term. It gives cleaning the house another term. Because it will clean you out of the house at home.
They cleaning you out.
Well, I think that's why the idea of marriage changed.
And I think once again,
after 10, Joanna said
you have to sign a prenup whether you have money or not. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is another thing that is breaking up the relationship, because us guys fall in love, emotional, and you think that the coochie gonna leave you if you tell her that she got to sign this paper. You ain't got nothing. I'm here for you. I love you. And then Eddie Murphy, what have you done for me lately? I did half.
half, Eddie. Half.
Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know you need to go on with a plan, an exit strategy.
But
can we say that an exit strategy for marriage?
But most women have exit strategies. Like, I think the separate bank accounts. Like it's just.
Oh, you see this? You see this?
Damn.
You see this?
So I could have been took your money before I said I do.
Producer P. Producer P. That's bad.
I've been trying to find my old bank statements. I think you already was.
Oh man, she already in the pocket.
Already in the pocket. They had the exit strategy already.
You gotta go buy you a new car tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm separating everything now. And only 16 states in the United States recognize common law. But if you're in one of those 16 states,
but I bet you,
like I got them,
brother guy. I bet guys don't even know what 16 states it is. That's
right.
Well, Uncle God, if you want to share the 16 to give them a heads up, you're gonna have a lot of people moving out of state real soon coming back. So, God, you got that? You got it now?
Yeah. Talika said, forget paying your part, because what if your wife or husband is already planning leave and you don't know? Now, what you gonna do? You're gonna be stuck if you're always used to the other person don't have it. The price ain't gonna change when the person leaves.
Well, the reason why, once again, the United States in my mind, this house seat in my mind is built for corporations. So when you come together in a relationship, you're now a corporation. If you still act as individuals, you're not going to get the benefits of the corporation. You know what I'm saying? You have to act like a corporation. And if you don't hold your partner as a corporation, then you're never going to progress in the way you should be progressing. What do you think about that?
I think that's true. I'm
I got that.
Guy said New York is one of them.
Oh,
New York is not one of them. Okay.
Not one of them.
Okay. Because I know a lot of people that have been paying a lot of money, Uncle Guy.
You locked and loaded for that.
Locked and loaded.
Let me see the fine print.
It's fine print.
Yeah, so that's why I say, Talika, if you're in a relationship and your partner's not giving you 100, then there's a problem. You guys need to readjust. You want to be a part of a team where everybody. Imagine being on a basketball team or a football team, and you know that you got to run this play up A gap and the guard is not giving 100%. You're gonna have a long day,
but a very long day. I want to add on to that, right? With the concept of marriage, in the past, when people married, they were getting virgins.
Mm-hmm. We Al touched on that before.
They were getting virgins, right? So the stock was extremely high, right?
So
you know what I'm saying?
Everything was
so it's almost like the stock is inflated.
Yeah.
Right? Because some people come with packages and still want to get married, and it's a lot of things that go on to marriage. But I think that people need to have courageous conversations.
Yes,
absolutely,
and that's what we doing behind
I
enemy
think
lines.
that because when you get in a situation, I know what most men want.
Hold on, Al. Let me hold that, because see, I mean, listen, I want to say negative thinking leads to negative behaviors, right? Gotta be ready so you don't have to get ready, in my opinion, married or not. If you're planning to be an individual in a relationship, you have already given up on the relationship.
Thank you.
You haven't given it a chance. Mm-hmm. Relationships are supposed to be like the hands when it comes together. All right. We want to, and first of all, you as a girl, all right. My daughter, number one, I don't want you carrying the weight of the world by yourself when you're not having the burden by yourself. It's not supposed to be like that. So yes, and we talked about that on one of the shows too, because a lot of women learned from their parents that had past traumas to have. That was one of our wild cards where Shorty had to stash or the money or whatever and didn't tell the guy, whatever the case may be. Listen, the more you hide, the less you can have together. That's just my opinion.
I agree with you. And like I said, it's courageous conversations.
Courageous conversations.
But people already got an exit plan coming in. This is why it doesn't work, because you're not getting the 100%.
Not getting the 100%.
So it seems to me that people are treating relationships like they do cars.
Ooh.
So you buy a car, you might keep it for 3 years, or you might lease it, or you get one with 100,000 miles on it already, and then you're like, oh, I got to keep putting money in it, so I got to get rid of it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I said something like that, and I got cursed out by a female. So I'm glad you said it, not me this time.
First here on Behind Enemy Lines, leasing relationships. You can lease a relationship. He said, but Georgia is, so y'all boys in Atlanta better watch out. The ideology of the human values changed. Even though that ideology has changed, I'm gonna go biblical for a minute, right? They might switch with the words in the 10 Commandments, but the original 10 Commandments is the 10 Commandments. So even though these young people are switching up the words, it's our job, it's our goal to say, hey, oh, you missed the word there. Let's go back and reread that. So you get the full understanding. Right. See, this is why my kids don't like to be around me sometimes, because I talk a lot, because I want them to know that there's parts that you're missing. Even when I talk to the youth, that there's parts that you're missing.
Facts.
If you just listen, then you might have to get it. And if you don't understand, go and ask somebody a little bit older. Go and ask somebody that does understand the text, so you can get what you're supposed to be getting. And then I would cut down on some of the weed smoking, cut down on some of the drinking, cut down on some of the anger, cut down on some of the trauma, cut down on some of the falling shorts, and then bring some of the life into real life. That's what life is really supposed to be able to do. Taking trips, having good family reunions, less fighting.
But a lot of people is trauma bonding.
Ooh.
That's you know what I'm saying?
Keep saying it again for the people in the back. Trauma bonding?
They trauma bonding. Yeah.
I never heard that. What that mean?
Because they haven't been healed from their past. It's like, you fall and you get a scab. Okay. And every time you pick at that scab, okay, it just festers, right? And then you wonder why you got this strange mark on your arm, because you never really got healed from that situation. And that's the problem with a lot of us in our communities. We're coming out damaged goods, and we're thinking that, if I get in this relationship, I'm going to be fixed.
No, you got to handle that. Talika said that part, Al, is all 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, she ain't agree with my part.
But that's how it is. Don't worry about it, though. Don't worry about it.
This is pressure check time, so wild card times. We're gonna go to the wild card real quick. We got a good one for y'all. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all in advance, man, don't kill the messenger. Just hear the message, I want to hear what y'all think about it, okay? And then we're gonna get back to what we're talking about when it comes to this. So we gotta keep building this list. I like we're going with this. I do, but I don't. Y'all ain't right, man.
Get you a plan, guys.
So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the wild card segment of Behind Enemy Lines, where you can put a topic in the chat, all right? You might want to change to talk about something different than what we've been talking about. You have the opportunity to do that. You can call in 347-708-0216, or you can put it in the chat. For those of you who don't have the guts, we got one for you. Let's go. Roll the tape.
America never intended black people to be here long term. They never intended us to be here long term. In their opinion, we have worn out our welcome. So to help usher us out the way, they're going to bring the migrants in to exhaust all of the remaining social services so there's none left for us. They're going to take over all of the available industry jobs, low pay and labor jobs, so there's nothing available for us. Asians have already been chosen by the white power structure to be the priority minority. So the Asians are set.
Yeah.
The Native Americans have their reservations. Latinos are the migrants. Indians are already doing well, East Indians. Arabs already have their stake. Who are the only people in America who do not control any part of the American economy? It's the American African. It's black folks. Look at the Indians, their share of the hotel market. Look at their share of the fast food markets. Look at the European Jews with the banking industry, the Asians with the import and export. If you look, there's a color on every sector of society. What sector of society do black people control? We can't say music and entertainment because although we are the raw product, we are not the controllers of those corporations. Look at hip hop. Most of that is controlled by Caucasians. Look at Hollywood, Caucasian. What do we own and control? And if we are going to survive this economically, black people need to come together and decide what part of the American economy are we going to corner and monopolize. Because it ain't about competition. It's about monopolization. People are trying to monopolize aspects of society. Nobody wants competition. What did John D. Rockefeller say? He said competition is a sin. And what did the Rockefellers do in order to take over the oil industry? They sabotaged all the competitors so there would be no competition. America never.
Okay. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, live or Behind the Enemy Lines. I have a very simple question for that wild card, and it's just like this. Is it too late for us black folks to monopolize something? And I'm going to start with you, dog. Is it too late?
No, I don't think it's too late. I just think it's going to be a small group starting the movement. I think a lot of black people are too far gone with trauma, substance use, mental health. But there's still a good sized group that can change the wave of what needs to be done, because when you look at New York City and you go into a lot of establishments, there's a lot of people that don't speak English. When you look at the landscape of businesses, it's not too many black people that own businesses. And this is why, it's so much hatred and animosity in our communities when you see somebody thriving and pushing forward, and then the next person wishing they can do that, right? You got a black person wishing they can get up every morning and go to work, wishing they could pay their bills, wishing they can take care of their kids. So that breeds hatred towards your partner. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real, but like I say, it's brothers like Ix's family, you, me. There's still an army out there that's trying to, continue to push the wave. It ain't gonna be a lot, though. I'll tell you that. It's not gonna be a lot. And the sad part is you're gonna have to leave some people behind that you really love.
Now I want to ask you, what did you take from his message?
Well, it's two things I take from message. Like with brother Umar, I take the message of what he's saying, because he always have a lot of good information. But he has a lot of flaws too. Like that,
but that's why I said don't kill a message. That's why I opened up with that. I know a lot of people got some issues with Umar.
He ain't built a school yet. But I'm not gonna take away the information that's provided. It's just like a crackhead give me information, right? I'm not gonna judge him for who he is. I'm gonna take the message.
Shahida said it's never too late. We gotta want it, and we gotta work together, which a lot of blacks don't know how to do. Why? And it's crazy because we talked about that earlier when it came to support, and I was never afraid And even when I did music, Black Americans still live
with the plantation mentality.
And Uncle God, that's a great word that you put there. For people that don't understand what that is, can you break that down a little bit? Can you break that down? What he just said, that plantation mentality.
Plantation mentality is a victim mentality. It's just a certain concept, something that we hold on to. Like people are still holding on to things, and time have changed. Like when you hear people out, this is my block. It's not your block.
It's not your block.
You know what I'm saying? You loitering in front of somebody's property. Like the reality is to that. Like so. That mentality, and I think that plantation mentality, it's sad to say, is a lot of older people. It's definitely Democrats, and it trickles down to us what we was taught, thinking that's right. Like things change.
Can I interject on that?
Yeah,
so what we got here and what has happened with our culture and our community is there has been a divide and conquer type of mentality. So you got the slaves, one is out there in the fields, the other one's in the house, and the house slave is telling on the ones in the field. So the ones in the field are trying to be careful about what's going on. So this thing has congruently grown until the mentality of the people today, where they always feel like I can't trust my brother or my sister. The problem is we have to learn to be the octopus. And I say that because of this. The octopus has tentacles, and the octopus can be the core, right? And if we extend our arms, each and every one of us, out to each octopus that's out there that has a core, then we could bring a culture together where we can grow by real estate, have our own banks, have our own corporations, and we don't have to rely on so-called corporate or white America to give us things or to tell us when we're able to be independent of what they are.
And and I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna take it a step further to add on to that. When Talika was talking about being in a relationship and being separate, that's where it starts. If we can't start being 100 with each other in a relationship, then it's going to be even harder to work with other parts of those tentacles, like Al was saying. We got to fix that and then continue to grow so we can get, because like what he said, like I said, a lot of people got different issues with different people, but when somebody says something that grabs me, I want to bring it to the people. Because like you said, you think your own music. We don't, even though we talk about a lot of the music that we started, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things that we have roots in that people don't think we have roots in, but those are our roots. Those are our genes. We're not getting the credit. You know what I mean? The jobs are going left and right out the window. Our children academically are falling faster and faster and faster. And I saw something the other day, and it's another thing that I was going to share for a topic where a girl, I think she was in Japan or China, right? One of the two. And she says, oh, you think that it's the future? No, you just live in America. In other countries, their technology is going up. The way that they're living is going up. The violence is going down somewhat in certain areas, but because they're progressing with those other tentacles, like Al said. Is it too late? I mean, what? Why is it only violence that brings us together?
It's trauma. It's pain.
Right.
That's the trauma and the pain is it go hand in hand. That's why I said about trauma bonding, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna find somebody that you can relate to, right? It's the same way, I was speaking the other day and I said, if you was to have a black tie affair, right, and you got to go around the room and engage with other people, you're gonna have to have different conversations. It can't be the same. And I think people are uncomfortable being uncomfortable, right? Because you have to change, and this is the thing we're not looking at. We have to change our mentality, the plantation mentality, the victim mentality. Like that's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's played out.
Yeah, it is played out. It's played out. It's played out.
But also what goes with that is a level of fear. That fear mentality.
Fear is huge.
People are afraid of change.
Yes.
They're afraid of the unknown because they believe that if they not well versed in something, or if they go somewhere and they're not sure, they think they're going to fail. Yeah, which isn't always the case.
And they've been told that a lot. You know what I mean? Like even one of the process that I'm going through, everybody's like, you're gonna do that and leave the safety of this. Like, this ain't too much safe if you come walking through the wrong time here. It ain't gonna be too much safe.
But see, that's the problem with it. Just like you just said, you say to somebody that, yeah, I want to move and do this and do that because I know it's better for me. And then their fear, they try to instill that on you, like, oh, you're gonna leave it, but you don't know, and you might run into this, and this might happen. You don't. Nah. We got to stop living with that mindset. We got to trust in God and what He's given us. Right? We all been given a gift without repentance, and those gifts is manifesting themselves. Look at this podcast, right? Look at D-Chorus, right? Look at all the things that he's been gifted with that now he's extending out to the community.
Yeah.
That's a blessing in itself. And they're learning. He's teaching. Every time he touches something, he's teaching. With you, every time you come and you sit in front of this podcast, you give vital information to the people that they weren't either clear on or wasn't sure on or did not know at all, right? Who out there is doing that for the community?
Nobody.
Me, I provide the platform.
Yep.
Okay, this is the hub. Okay, that's why we have so many shows on the network, because everybody has something to bring to the table. It's truly about those tentacles. Now your reach is going out further than just here, because people are tuning in. They're chiming in. They're in the comments because they're interested. So imagine if we did this across the board as a community of Black people, then people would be in tune and we're giving them the information. Then they say, well, I didn't know it was that easy. Yeah. Well, here's the resources. You can go get it.
Yeah. And that's what we need. Because like I said, when I watched that clip, and remember earlier when I was like, Dad, man, when you said, well, you don't support, we got to come together. Like, wow, I ain't even tell him what I was going to be showing. He didn't get the email really, but this is what it is. And I appreciate all the people that do reach out to me and that have been uplifting and pushing, because it feels a lot different than when people are weighing you down. And I remember how that felt too. You know what I mean? It's a different feeling, man.
Well, that's why you got to hang around with people that's smarter than you and more motivated than you, right? And then you take that energy and you help somebody that's not on your level. And that's going back to what Al said, or just about sharing the resources and building the thing. And it's one brick at a time. Like, that's the foundation, is one brick at a time. And people gotta believe in themselves, man. Like, and I think that more people gotta walk in faith.
Like, more people gotta walk in faith.
They gotta walk in faith.
Absolutely.
They gotta walk in it.
Absolutely. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they gotta get back to some form of spirituality. Because I think that's lost too.
Amen.
Like, that's lost with the young people.
Amen.
Like the church shouldn't be this empty, right? The churches is not. We don't need mega churches, right?
No, we don't.
Mega churches is not really doing the work that it should be doing as a church. Like, our community shouldn't be this hindered.
Yeah, it's
bad. With all these churches in the community. You know, I think that, like I say, it's gonna take a small army to change it around, but it's gonna happen.
Welcome to Behind Enemy Lines. We still here.
Yeah, let me share something with y'all, right?
Sure.
Y'all know that every skyscraper, every big building that's built, right, is built on what's called a cornerstone, right? That cornerstone is the stability of that building, right? So those skyscrapers are standing brick by brick by brick, concrete by concrete, because of that cornerstone is intact. Imagine what happens if you remove that cornerstone. And everything crumbles. And that's what's happening in our community, where they remove the cornerstone. Where's the mentors? Where's the people who are activists, who aren't afraid to give their lives so that the people coming behind them can have more than what they ever had? The Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X, the Marcus Garveys, those days are done and gone, okay? I remember those eras. It gave you hope.
Yeah.
It made you believe in something.
Yeah.
It made you feel like, I can do anything with the help of my brother and sister. But now everybody's fighting against each other, that there is no more cornerstone in our community. And this is why we're dealing with stuff like this in our education system and our marriages, okay, and our jobs, okay. We just have to get a hold of ourselves and stop in our tracks and look around us and say, I'm the problem. Let me fix me. And then I could grab my brother so he could fix him, and grab my sister so she could fix herself. And then we could come together and start fixing more of us. Like D-Chorus just said, Tom, he says, we don't need the mega churches. We got millions. Every block you go on in New York City, there's a church.
That's a fact.
And none of those churches has come out to speak to the people or to help the people at a large level. There might be a few people, oh yeah, my church is helping me. But what about those who are really out there that's broken, right? That's destitute, that's dealing with depression and anxiety, that don't have education, that is hooked on drugs and alcohol, all this type of stuff. Nobody's coming to the rescue. And they're looking at these social services to fix everything, and they can't do it.
Yeah. And you know what's sad, and I got to say it, because the ones that you do see at the churches are them other nationalities that Umbar was talking about. You know what I'm saying? They the Spanish. They the ones, the Spanish, the Indians, they the ones that you see in front of your churches now. Well, my people on the corner.
It's going back
my
to
people on the corner.
Like I said, weed is the new crack. It's fun. It's fun. I'm gonna keep saying that.
It's real.
I was on a panel. I was speaking. Councilman, I think she oversees District 17 in the Bronx. And I was saying weed is the new crack, and then a clinical psychologist interrupted me, and she said, "Hey, that's 100% true," because she was seeing a change in the brain patterns of her patients coming in, and that's because of the high THC count, the chemicals that they are putting into the weed. So it's really the Black community is going back. It's always under attack. It is always under attack, and this is why you need the union. The union is important. In the past, they understood, hey, we're fighting against the system, so we have to stick together.
Yeah.
You know, we've been tricked out of not thinking we can do it by ourselves, and we really can't. So,
ladies and gentlemen, this is also the pressure check time. So we're going to continue to keep talking on this. Y'all can put y'all thoughts in the chat on what y'all thought about what the Dr. Umbar said. You know what I mean? Can we monopolize? Do we still have a chance? And, you know, who else is going to step up and be on those front lines? You know what I mean? What are we missing? You know what I mean? How do we get there? And like we said, June 2nd, you know what I mean? You got the power for an hour. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all come out and support this film. You know what I mean? Look for me, you know what I'm saying? I only got 10 seconds. But you know, it's my first movie. You know what I'm saying? My first movie. I feel some type of way. So we're gonna call up our first person. And like I said, we asked, man. I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't. People that get into marriages or even go into a marriage, you know, with a game plan, with an exit strategy. She only knew she wanted you for 10 years and then she was leaving no matter what. So, because she didn't love you, there was no real connection.
I'm going to use that, Al.
What? Which one?
Need a new lease.
Yo, only here on Behind Enemy Lines, we talk about relationships from the male point of view, but we don't exclude the ladies, man. You got marriage leases, you know what I'm saying? I should have put that in my paperwork, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
3 years, I'm out.
3 years? 3 years? If you go over 100,000 kissing,
100,000 miles.
Yeah, right. Better yet, no, they're only giving you 1,000 miles
a month.
1,000 miles a month.
1,000 miles a month.
Yeah. At the end, you got to be under 15,000 miles.
So how would that equate in relationships?
That's saying that you ain't gonna be getting that much sex. That's you're on a planner. You know what I'm saying? Probably the 1st and the 15th.
But see, the problem with that, so you don't get the lease, but you go buy a used car, right? That need an oil change every week.
So which one is worse? Which one is worse? I
don't know, man.
With the oil change every week?
Nah, I can't deal with the hoopty every week. I can't do that. That's too much money.
Yeah.
But you own it.
Nah, I can trade this in.
Oh my
I'd rather trade it in.
Ladies, y'all better pay attention. The guy's gonna start trading y'all in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? Because when you go over the 1,500, what you get charged for that extra, right?
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
So we gotta charge them extra if they weigh us out. Y'all weigh us out, we gotta charge y'all extra now.
Well, they trading us in too. We don't think it's not just for us. They trading us in too. And they leaving with the resources. You still got to pay the note, even they leave.
Oh my
That's God. The marriage.
See that used car keep breaking down on you because the person that had it before didn't take care of the maintenance.
They ain't do no oil change.
Right, no nothing.
No tire
rotations.
You know
right. All the tires are ball.
All the tires are ball. Oh man, the pressure
she looking for some new tread, some new weave, right?
Oh my God, what are we doing? This was not built by Ford.
Oh boy. You want to go ahead and pressure check somebody?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, 347-708-0216. You want to call in. We like to have a good time. Pressure checkers, we call somebody else and get their views on what we talking about. You know, it could be you.
Yo.
Peace, God. We are here on Behind Enemy Lines. You live with Gatekeeper. WIZZ, he ain't here, man. He had tryouts, man. He's trying to be the star for Dallas. He had tryouts. You know what I'm saying? So I called Dominic Smith in, man. Dom, you want to ask him a question?
Go ahead.
I got a question for you, Joe. I do, but I don't. Getting married with a plan. What's going on with the people out here, Joe?
All right, check it out, man. Check this out.
I like when they say check it out.
The guy's got the plan B, so they don't have the kid.
Uh-huh.
But the woman got the plan A.
Uh-huh.
And her plan A is to want to be taken care of, but without contributing to anything.
Oh.
And she find the right guy. If he don't really see it, he's gonna ride with it, and he's gonna take care of her.
Wow.
Maybe stumble into marriage, right?
Maybe stumble into marriage.
Maybe stumble into marriage. Because see, now, here's the thing. If she have a kid, dudes do got to take care of the kid, right?
Uh-huh.
So now, let's just say they have their outs, right? They never get married, but she got 18 years, or whatever years of child support. Which for the child, but she living a good life, right?
Dang.
So now, like, case in point, celebrities did it. Nas took care of his daughters, paid his baby's mom's child support for years. She's living the greatest life ever. Trips, popping bottles. When the baby turned 18, she was homeless.
Dang.
Okay? So understand this. A woman's plan, she want to be taken care of. And the question is always, a woman's plan is to be taken care of.
So
ain't no love.
Ain't no love?
Dude, let me explain something to you. A dog, which if you feed a dog one day, I'm not trying to dog no people. You just feed a dog one day, he'll show up to your door every day. Not because he loves you, because he knows you're going to take care of him.
Oh, man.
I thought my dog loved me. It's summer dog.
So
a cat, the same thing. If an animal shows up, they know if you leave some dog food or whatever for the animal to show up, it's gonna show up because they know it's gonna eat. But the first time you say you're not gonna feed it, it's gonna look at you a little differently now. You know what I'm saying?
What?
You may not be able to come out your house or go in your house because you know that animal gonna come get that ass.
Hey.
Joe, I want to say thank you, and I want to call my second person. We got to get a female, get their point of view on this.
Yeah, we need a female.
I like that. He said guys get the plan B, so they don't get the baby, but the girl got the plan A.
Oh,
because but understand this. Let me just say this: when you get into a relationship with these women, the woman is like what you bring it to the table. What the man bringing to the table, the woman bringing to the table, but she ain't putting nothing on it. She take it on, but she ain't putting nothing on it.
Shahida said, "Damn, Joey."
Damn, Joey.
Damn. Listen.
Damn, Joey.
Lola said, "Damn." Everybody said, "Oh, ladies, why y'all ain't calling?"
Reality is what it is. Don't damn me for the brother. A lot of I ain't gonna say all women. A lot of women, what you bring to the table? They bring in a table, but they bring in an empty table. And the man got to put everything on the table.
Oh, man.
Joe, we salute you, man.
Three-legged tables.
Joe, we salute you, man.
Behind enemy lines,
man. Thank you for your input.
Listen. I throw grenades and bombs. I don't throw rocks.
Man down.
Phone drop, y'all. Phone drop.
Boom.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yo, Wiz been quiet the whole show. He came back and said, "Preach." He said, "Preach." All right, Joe. Thanks for tapping on the pressure check. We're gonna try to get one more caller.
Time, brother. I answer the second question if you got time.
No. We'll try to get a female on so they can go defend.
Yeah, we go
defend. Oh.
Yeah, maybe she'll bring the fence.
One love, Joey. Come on, one love.
Peace.
He chose war.
Y'all woke up to sleep in bed. That's what happened.
They said, what kind of woman is he dating? They coming.
What kind of woman? I ain't got a woman because she don't add up to me.
Yo, they go with. They bring the outside chairs. What's going on here? What's going on?
They're bringing a fold-up chair for they can leave. B.
Somebody go get this riverboat work.
Oh man, Joe.
All right, Joe. Peace, Joe.
All right, peace.
All right, good brother. Peace, Joe. Oh,
bless. Peace.
Al, you got dial-up number 2. Let's see if we gonna get a reply. There was a sir. Let's see if the reply comes.
We need a woman out there. Check
but he
it.
said they had all this time. I was out there with Plan B, and I was getting suckered, Dom.
Suckered. I think a lot of us was getting suckered.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chucky's Cut is coming up after this. We got to get a female in because they're quiet in the chat room now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my man Drake said Twitter fingers. What happened? Where the Twitter fingers at, man?
Where's that, lady?
It's quiet. Oh, somebody trying to call in. It's going to get physical in a minute. I don't know. We need the ladies. Where the ladies at?
My Mercedes.
347-708-0216. Oh, man, they ducking us, man.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing there, lady?
Hey, how are you?
How you doing, man? You live on Behind the Enemy Lines. I'm the gatekeeper. I'm here with my brother Dominic. And, we were just told by a friend of ours that ladies have the plan A, you know what I'm saying, while we worrying about the plan B. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you from the ladies, you know what I mean? I do, but I don't. Women getting married with a plan. Do y'all be scouting and hunting us and we with a plan the whole time? Come on, give us the truth.
All right. So first of all, I was checking out the show. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to your last caller. Tell him I said he needs a hug. Okay. Definitely, I'm concerned. I'm usually concerned by the current, male-women relations that we got going on here today. So this is the perfect opportunity for me to talk about this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, if y'all remember correctly, it was not too long ago that women did not have the ability to do certain stuff. Mm-hmm. We couldn't work. We couldn't be educated. We couldn't have jobs. We couldn't even leave the hospital without your permission.
I miss those days.
We were tied to you in such a way that made us irrecoverably dependent upon y'all. And it took laws and wars and rivets and all kinds of shit for us to get the voting right. We still fighting over whether or not we can do what we want to do with our own body or not. Okay, so yeah, let's just keep that in mind when we start talking about financial manipulation that a lot of women are going through, because nobody discusses that. All right, so nobody wants to be left messed up, broke, alone with the kids, homeless. None of those things while y'all running around doing whatever it is that y'all doing. In a worst case scenario, because I'm not saying that all men are like that. I love men. I think they're awesome. I think you guys are awesome. And salute all of the real men out there. But there are a lot of deadbeats, and we have to protect ourselves from the fuckery. So yes, if there is an inkling that it might not work out, then yeah, you're supposed to go into any situation with a plan. You're supposed to, if it doesn't work out, you're supposed to have a plan. Love? Because otherwise, that's how you're left. I don't know what happened. He just left me. I don't have anything. I don't, we've seen many cases of this. We've seen it with our parents, our aunties, our grandparents. We've seen what happens when you do not protect yourself in a relationship with some of these men. Now, on the other hand, I don't think that that's a negative. I think that y'all both should be working together consistently throughout the relationship, and what she brings and what you bring supposed to complement each other. It's not all about her whether how much exactly, because the scales may not be balanced that week. It might be a stressful time at work for one of y'all. It might be something going on with the kids. Y'all have to be able to adapt and change and complement each other instead of making it a war and a battle all of the time, I think. I do believe that a lot of women go in with a plan, but I also do think that it's necessary.
That was a lot right there. And
I'm long-winded. Yeah,
but it was a lot of good stuff.
It sounds like you need a hug too.
Bring it in,
I need a hug. That is a fact. We all us women, we need a hug.
And somebody up there said Joey full of it.
It is hard
Bring
out
it
here for the
in.
women. And any opportunity for us to, get some kind of understanding between us, male and female, so that we can come together and do this thing together. Because without y'all, we're not gonna make it, and without us, y'all not gonna make it.
Amen.
And that's something that they trick y'all into thinking that y'all can do it by yourselves. But if you listen to the last caller, how cranky he sounds, that's not really the truth.
So
rich men test women,
and poor men impress women.
Wow,
that's a good move.
Yo, we dropping gems today, man.
So what I get from all that is that you need therapy before you get in a relationship, or the relationship should have therapy. Okay. All right, so that's good. We can start some new rules on relationships. See, this is about the brick.
Yeah, it's about
we
the brick.
laying the brick right there that
cornerstone.
We need to be in therapy in the relationship to see if this is what we really want.
I agree. But we want to thank you for
Some
calling
people aren't
in.
supposed to be in a relationship.
Well,
some people need to be by their damn self.
Oh,
you said people need to be by themselves. No, I don't want to be alone. You my rib. I need you, baby. I need you.
Hey, but if you're not ready, sir, you're not ready.
I'm
ready. We're about to go back to survival of the fittest, where you only are able to reproduce if you are capable, if you have proven yourself able to do certain things. Are you able to be the man necessary to allow your genes to move forward? If not, your genes are not supposed to move forward. You're not supposed to procreate. You're supposed to die off.
That's not what
leave the real
that's
niggas
not what my body
to
told me.
To the rest of us.
Well, y'all do select the Pookies and Ray Rays. Y'all saying so?
I do not.
I'm just
not.
like,
and that's a problem too, because there's always a woman out there that's gonna give y'all something. It's always some dumbass that's gonna give y'all something. So y'all get away with all manner of fuckery because if she don't put up with it, you can go over there to Shirley and Shirley go suck your dick for free.
Hey Al, we was getting the hug. Now we
with no questions and
I think I'm gonna back up.
She ass first. She ain't gonna give a goddamn. All right, and there's women out there like that. And until we women get on that and start checking these females for being half-assed, because what happened to that? What happened to pulling each other up? What happened to holding each other to a higher standard? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what happened to that.
You got to talk to the sisterhood because they
loosey goosey with it.
Yeah, the value of coochie is all the way down.
All the way down.
Oh, you're not telling no lies. I wish I could disagree with you on that. I really wish. But as a woman, looking at the women, I am in distress. I am in distress. Because first of all, the fake argument that there are not a lot of you guys out there it doesn't hold water when you consider the fact that if we hold your feet to the fire, you will improve because you have no other choice. Now, as long as you're allowed to maintain the status of fuckery that you guys have been allowed to maintain, you will continue to do so.
You know something? I have to agree with you on that because condoned behavior does nothing but manifest itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's actually in the field of work that we work in. That's called reinforcement. You're reinforcing the behavior. I mean,
negative reinforcement.
Yes, ma'am. You got that right.
God says y'all want a high value men when y'all bringing low value quality.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. All right, Kevin, Tammy, you out.
Come on, don't do that.
This is gatekeeper, right? This is gatekeeper. I'm taking this. This ain't Kevin. This is gatekeeper.
Kevin Samuels done hurted y'all feelings out there in the world.
That man was telling way too much truth to hurt my feelings. The truth should never hurt your feelings. If you are slacking in those areas, then you fix yourself. Then it won't hurt your feelings no more.
I appreciate you because
thank you, man. Thank you.
You can agree.
And Joanna Cruz said facts. We want to thank you for calling in. And this is Lola Shea, aka Lola Bay.
I love y'all.
Make sure y'all catch her on Mondays on Our Access Radio. Her show is amazing. I'm waiting to cop some artwork, so we're gonna get you right where you need to be.
I'm giving away free merch this week, so y'all tune in.
Yeah, free merch. All right, so let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Lola.
Love y'all.
Love you too. Hey man, but she co-signed it though.
Yeah.
She kept it real. That women going, they said, I do with a plan.
Yeah, well,
so even though they said Joey full of crap,
they still came back around.
Or something.
Yeah, it came back around the corner.
At this time, we going to Chucky's Cut, man. What we said?
No Orchard Beach with Lola.
We going to Chucky's Cut, and we got 7, and I'm lost for words at this point.
Don't worry about it.
Crowd.live, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all go to vote to keep a kill. This is our artist give back to independent artists that have music, whether it's rap, reggae, we don't care what it is. Everybody get on your device. And when you finish voting, come back so we can finish the discussion, all right? We ain't done yet. We're going to read some of these comments, and we're going to get y'all all tightened up because you said I do, but you really didn't, man.
Nah.
They went into it with a plan. So the name of the song is Love Me Back. It's crazy. Everything's just tying in today. It's not by accident. Behind the Enemy Lines, I Access Radio. For those that make the cut, we're going to do something special for y'all, putting this mixtape together. For those that get killed, just go back in the studio and try harder. That's all.
That's it.
Crowd.live. Y'all see that on the bottom, you have the code right there, 5XELA. That's 5. X as in Xavier, E as in elephant, L as in llama,
Larry.
And then you got A as in apple. Let's do it.
One more time.
Money talk.
You know that I love you, baby, just let me back. But I've been giving you my heart if it wasn't attached. I just can't just let it go, can't get stuck in the past. I just hope we don't crash. You know that I love you, baby, just let me back. Would've been gave you my heart if it wasn't attached. And I said he put you first cause you give me your last. All I pay just let it go, can't get stuck in the past. I just hope we don't crash. You made it easier to take love. Old bitch stressed me out, she made it easier to take drugs. I've been in my own head cause people kill me mentally with fake love. You could walk a mile in my shoes, you wouldn't lace up. Always kept that bug in my ear, they couldn't break us. Was toxic for a while, but I wouldn't let us break up. We argue about the petty shit, we fucking then we make up. No, I put you through a lot, but look at where I take us. Damn, I guess it's my apology. I only wrote it down because it bothered me. I'd rather take a flight and hit that balcony. Just trust me, this my home, this where I'd rather be. I promise I'ma show you I'm the one that you can brag with me. I love you, baby, just let me back. Would've been gave you my heart if it wasn't attached. And I said he put you first since you give me your last. All I paid is let it go, can't get stuck in the past. I just hope we don't crash, baby, just let me back. Would've been gave you my heart if it wasn't attached. And I said he put you first since you give me your last. All I paid is let it go, can't get stuck in the past. I just hope we don't crash.
I fall in love, yeah, it's a bad habit. But when we fuck, girl, I love how you look back at it. I beat it up, and then we back at it. I think I love being in love, but I'm so bad at it. I'm so bad at it. Mesmerized by your eyes, I can't look away, feel like it's blind magic. Baby, look back at it. When I'm with you, take my breath away. It feel like I'm asthmatic. I can't breathe unless I see you. I need you. All the things that I could teach you. I heard that you freaky, baby, me too, yeah. Well, baby, me too. Shorty say you need me. You could be my girlfriend. Play that shit on repeat. Love you to the world and out of this shit like E.T. I don't want my throw away a receipt. I could get the job done. Call me Mr.
Baby, just let me back. Would've been gave you my heart if it wasn't attached. And I said he put you first since you give me your last. All I paid just let it go, can't get stuck in the past. I just hope we don't crash, baby, just let me back. Would've been gave you my heart if it wasn't attached. And I said he put you first since you give me your last. All I paid just let it go, can't get stuck in the past. I just hope we don't crash.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And like I said, man, that's 7 right there, man. Centra 7, you know what I mean? Make sure y'all vote to keep or kill the track. And we're going to read some of these comments before we go because, you know, Uncle Guy said he taught
Kevin Samuels.
He's the teacher. You know what I mean? So Kevin Samuels, you know what I mean, got it all from him.
Be careful, guy.
You know what I'm saying? He treading water. He that baby.
Be careful.
I love him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's one of my guys. He's one of my mentors. We talked about mentors. I appreciate him for everything that he's been putting inside me to make me more wholesome, more good as well. But that's a strong statement. He taught Kevin Samuel. Y'all better watch out, ladies and gentlemen. We locked and loaded.
We need you to stay low, baby.
Stay low. So yeah, how'd you feel about what she said before we get ready to go? What Lola said? Because she did say a lot.
Yeah, she said a lot. I think that she has valid points. You got to watch who you're getting with. And woman improve. It's go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Woman make the man better. Mm-hmm. Right, but if the standards is low, then I don't got to step too high, and that's what men are doing. So women's got to step their standards up too.
Now you and Al a little bit older than me, and even Uncle Guy, and maybe people that are tuning in too. So if I got this a little wrong, y'all correct me, right? Because I always felt like that's where our struggle kind of started with the black household. The outside of in-house Negro was the beginning, but when it seemed like we just got on our feet, we got hit with women's rights. So we went from fighting the plantation to now fighting with our woman. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that any man should have fully owned anything, but you got to think about it. At that time, it wasn't the black man that really owned anything. It was the people that owned us. Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
So now when you get to, we just got our rights and we just got everything, but why is it only still in the black race that competition is still lit? You know what I mean? And then the women will tell me easily, you don't see it in the Spanish race, but they do it too. You don't see it in the Indian, but when you look at all the other nationalities, they are moving still, even though that they got their rights, they are still making the man or whoever's the leader, the head figure, even if it's just a look. Because I even seen it on the House of Cards where my man Kevin Spacey, his wife, she was the driving force by him becoming the president, but she still made sure he was the head figure. So do I got that wrong when I'm saying that I get that it was only, like I said, 60, 70 years ago, segregation was in full effect?
But all that's a plan. All that was a plan to break up our community, our families. They did a hell of a job. And only the real see what's going on.
The woman with the plan. Yeah, y'all got the plan. Y'all got the plan A. We didn't know now, fellas. I'm letting y'all know. You out here thinking that, going to jail and keeping your pants hanging low, that she worried about it. You know what I'm saying? The Pookies, the Ray Rays.
Listen, honestly, there's no family without the man or the woman. We need each other.
Yeah.
Period.
And that's what we want to get back to. So don't just say I do because you know what I got in my bank account. Say I do because you love me. And then we could work something out, get the cornerstone right. I want to shout out to everybody that was checking us out. Everybody that was in the chat room. Y'all did an amazing job. You know what I mean? Shout out to D Chorus. True success story of an underachiever.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go and get the book. We got the short film dropping June
2nd. You got the Powerful Hour. Tickets on Eventbrite.
Tickets at Eventbrite. And like I said, you see the Second Chance. That's also his mentoring program that he has going on. So everything that we've talked about, you know what I'm saying, this young individual I get to call my friend, my brother, is doing it. You know what I mean? And I'm in a circle now of a lot of guys that are doing it. Like he kept saying, Al, I Access Radio. He's not just saying that, he's seeing the proof. Shout out to Extremities and what they doing. Shout out to Lola, you know what I mean? Shout out to all the shows that are a part of this, because we're all stepping in that light, you know what I mean, of bringing people together. There's not one show up here, you know what I'm saying, from Indubitably Speaking to what we got, Beats and Bars. You got the Cypher with Mac White. All of them shows, everybody's been engaging and pushing each other to another level. So Tug of War as well, you know what I mean? Phoenix, Soul when she's here. We've all been bringing together that first initiation line of moving the community forward and making our words action. So I want to shout out to all of them, you know what I'm saying? I Access Radio, we appreciate what y'all do. And before we leave, we got the memorabilia that we got everybody to sign, so we gonna get them to sign it live, you know what I mean? And everybody that want to be up here, y'all come and do this as well. Every other Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m., me and WIZZ, we can't stand each other, but we get along for the next 2 hours. And yes, vocals by Jamel, she has a performance coming up. This is the 31st, right? Yep, May 31st, 2024, at the Vaughn College School. Man, please go and check it out, man. Get in there, get VIP. I don't know what she's gonna sing, but every time she speaks, All right, it's moving. Y'all gonna enjoy it. I'm not saying it just because I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? Go find her on Spotify. Vocals by Jamel. You know what I'm saying? She got Whiskey Rodeo. She got Bottom of the Bottle. A lot of things going on. So y'all can go and check her out live. Hear the music, all right? Shout out to her and all the other performers that's gonna be on that event. Like I said, if you don't think I'm lying, don't take my word for it. Go and check out the Spotify music. Go ahead, go look it up.
Go support, though, B. Go support.
But here's the funny thing. Because these people think they can sing. She's a vocal coach. She can get you right, too. So shout out to everybody supporting Behind the Enemy Lines, Our Access Radio, The Gatekeeper. We'll see y'all soon. Behind the Enemy Lines.
It's better green.
My new single, Roses. Skeleton Key. This is it right now. Listen to it, man.
Let's go.
Give me my roses while I'm here.
While I'm here.
Don't wait till I up and disappear. Oh no.
I'm here now.
Ahead of my time and it's clear. You still ain't noticed the dime in the gym.
Hey.
Oh no. I put my heart in it, better know that.
Know that.
Passion I have in every moment.
Every.
This ain't for sure, y'all. I get my all to the last one.
I got you.
They still overlooking the kid, but I'm the chosen one. Check the credits in the score and you can see what I've done. I never waited for a chance, I created one. I'm living while you watch tick, another second is gone. There's been many different points where I stumbled and fell. I learned from the pain to bounce back up. Prophesied it in the Genesis, you thinking it's luck. I know pain is still relevant, it's needed in light. It makes the kings and the queens now position them right. I've been gifted with the words, so I speak to the mic. You've been hiding in the dark, that's gonna bring you the light. Same kid with the bin, started on the pedal bike. Hard knocks on the field, helped to structure his life. It was all just a gamble, but I bet it on me. Had to switch lanes, adjust to the speech on the street. Had to rise beyond excuses, franchise I see.
Give me my roses while I'm here.
While I'm here.
Don't wait till I up and disappear. Oh no. Ahead of my time and it's clear.
Better tell it now.
The dime in the gym. Oh no.
It ain't my fault.
My heart in it, better know that.
Know that.
Passion I have in every moment.
Every moment.
This ain't for sure, y'all. I get my all to the last one.
Hey, hey.
Don't wait till a nigga is gonna tell all the stories about all the great things we did. We gotta live right now, so pop them bottles, pull up. Anytime, let's live a little bit. You can catch me in the shoe on a Buju night, or taking trips with the family. I'm trying to do right. When I hopped off the porch, it wasn't much to follow. So I lived for the day, couldn't vision tomorrow. Drug my name out the dirt all by myself. I was behind enemy lines before having a show. I was a kid with a kid, now look at them go. Traded cups for my suit, I'm enjoying the fit. Giving back to the community every chance I get. You never waited for a budget, I just did what I did. The only real measure to success is the ones that you touch. I gave more than I took, I expanded my vision.
Give me my roses while I'm here. Don't wait till I up and disappear. Oh no. Ahead of my time and it's clear.
You better tell it now.
The dime in the gym.
Hey,
oh no.
it ain't my fault.
My heart in it, better know that.
Know that.
Passion I have in every moment.
Every moment. You know it.
This ain't for sure, y'all. I get my all to the last one.
I got you.
I put smiles on the faces everywhere I go. The vibes be for real, when you touch it you know. Real family's hard to find, love comes and it goes. I gave my all every time, never did it for show. Overlooked by the many, but you know how it go. I see the man in the mirror and I love what I see. A father and a man now living his dreams. The outcomes and income starts and end with me. Time is just a gift, let them know how you feel. The hand different when you looking from the seat of an owner. First in, last out, always pushing the limits. Grew up in the same hood, just visioned it different. It's okay to tell the next man you proud that he winning. Every day I tell myself it changed the way that I'm living. Got the pricks off the stems in this wonderful rose. Started out with no wins, now look at the chance.
Give me my roses while I'm here. Don't wait till I up and disappear. Oh no. Ahead of my time and it's clear. You still ain't noticed the dime in the gym. Oh no. I put my heart in it, better know that.
Better know
the
it.
passion I have in every moment.
Every moment.
This ain't for sure, y'all. I get my all till the last one falls.
Roses. Better Green Entertainment. Gatekeeper.
Oh man, thank y'all again, man, for tuning in. That's my new single that's out right now. Shout out to
Go
Al
support.
on the artwork, man. It's just beautiful. Much love to Ali the Greatest on the production. Shout out to WIZZ for helping that song come to life. WIZZ ran up on me and said, yo, you've been playing around. I need you on this beat. And literally, I heard the beat and I went to the studio the next day. So it's up on all platforms right now. Better Green Entertainment, we still working. This is just an extension. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was always a writer and didn't even know it. So it feels good. And that time is right now to give people their flowers. You know what I mean? Like, let them know that you love them. Let them know that you appreciate them. Don't be 42 faking it, though. You know what I mean? Like, give it to the ones that you really want to give them to. And like I said, shout out to everybody that's being a part of that front line to make the change. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tough, but we're capable of doing it, all right? So thank you for everybody tuning in. Skeleton Key is out right now. And a lot of people was like, yo, why you ain't just call it Roses? Why you just call it Roses? For me personally, I'm the gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? This particular song is gonna open up so many doors in my life, because it opened up so many doors for me and my feelings to get out of that trauma. You know what I'm saying? To get out of that how you said it earlier, like
trauma bonded.
Trauma bonded. It's opening the doors for me to let go of some things, accept some things, and be celebrated by yourself. You got to celebrate you. So that's why it's called the Skeleton Key. Every gatekeeper has to have a key that's gonna open every door. If you ain't, then you ain't really a gatekeeper. So that's why it's called Skeleton Key. Roses, all right? It's out now everywhere. Thank you, Talika. She said, great show. Make sure y'all get in tune June 2nd. Support every show that iAccess Radio has. And on top of that, listen, 365, all right? We have a radio network that plays music too, all right? So you can get that now. And we got a black country radio station coming.
Woo!
You know what
Love
I mean?
you too, bro. Wiz.
It's already up and live? Brown Country Radio is live right now. So go ahead and listen, man. Like, we here. Shout out to you too, Wiz. I hope you did well, man. You could be the star. We love you. So we see y'all in about a week or so behind the enemy lines from 5 to 7. Ain't nothing else moving in the city except behind enemy lines. Peace.
Peace.